What's shaking, Chewy Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back with another Madden 19 Ultimate Team House Rules event. We're playing a fan of the channel, Mal here. I hope I'm saying that right. He was in the stream. We actually played him in back-to-back games because I have no idea. The matchmaking is so bizarre. I feel like, what a terrible throw by me. I feel like there's definitely something weird with the matchmaking. I play the same guys like all the time on House Rules. I feel like it's based on some sort of ELO score, you know, behind the scenes score. Because why in the world, on the right when it drops, are there like, am I playing the same people? I know that there's not, you know, Madden, some people say it's dead, but it's not that dead where right when the event drops that I should be matching up with the same people. And the reason I really say this is because somebody said, I searched for, what, 50 seconds, and people said they were searching, I still didn't get a match. So there's definitely some weird behind the scenes match, or maybe not weird, maybe it's just, I mean, it's just the way they do their matchmaking. I don't know what it is. It could be very, very sophisticated and fantastic, but I'll tell you, I keep playing the same people. So I don't know. But anyways, what I'm running here on offense, I'm going to talk about in this video, as you may not want to run my offense, gun bunch quads, because you'll notice I struggle with it. I try to run bunch trail, you see that a lot, but really you notice I cut out a lot of plays. Pretty much all the plays I cut out are plays that aren't gun bunch trail, because that was the only play that was working. So it wasn't like that was the only play I was running. It was just the play that kept working, or not working. Sometimes I threw a pick if I made a really bad read, but that's the offense that I usually run. But without being able to have that drag come across the field, I feel like it's just such a disadvantage, and it's really, really tough. As you see, a fan of the channel here, he decides to go for it. He's like, why not? Let's just go for it. And JJ Watt just absolutely cheats him. Doesn't even get blocked. He obviously should have taken the field goal there, but he's like, you know what? Why not? So he went for it. Appreciate that. We did play again. I went ahead and gave him the win anyway, because he probably, I don't know if he should have won this one, because I do end up, you know, going down and it would have been a close game if he would have taken a field goal. You never know. It was a toss-up. But anyways, my offense, gun bunch quads in the Kansas City Chiefs playbook, which is what I usually run, I don't feel like it's very good. It's not very good. And so on my third game that I show in this video, I show a different offense, and I'll talk about some other offenses you could run. So the offenses that I think are probably the most popular are stuff like gun split close with halfback wheel. That's in the Patriots playbook. A lot of people already have it, so there's other playbooks that have it, but look for gun split close and see if you have halfback wheel. It's one of the best stock plays in the game. You get a nice table route, you get a corner route, you get a post route, you have a wheel route. There's a lot of good stuff in it. You have a deep end, like that's all 5 routes there. So all 5 routes are viable. So it's a very, very good stock play. Now there is some downfalls to it. If people send heat, you're only going to block 5. If you block 7, it really takes away from the I was smashing Y right there. I don't know why I didn't pick that. But if you block 7, you can max protect. You can LB max protect. You can't like change one guy to block, so you have to either max protect or not block anybody in the backfield. But block 7, you take away your table route and your wheel route. It really takes away from the strength, I think, of the play. So that's of course the downside of running halfback wheel. For me, I feel like it's definitely, you know, it's still one of the best plays, but you gotta, if they are setting pressure, I would say not so much you can't run it, but you just gotta make sure you got your quick reads. You know, you hit the table route if they don't user it. If they do, you know, you can obviously hit, if it's a hard flat, you can hit the corner over top maybe. I hit the wrong button there, clearly. I playmakered and then hit the wrong button. People in the chat would give me a hard time. Why do you think I would have hit that button? There's 2 guys there, okay? I did not mean to hit that. All right, that was clearly a misclick. All right, stop giving me a hard time. Boye making an absolutely fantastic play there. That definitely should have been caught with that much space. Probably should have been caught, but he does go ahead and punt, give us the ball back. I played this guy twice as well. So I played 2 guys twice, and it was like I just don't understand. Like, I feel like I play the same people. I mean, I do understand. I know the matchmaking is, I mean, I don't understand. I don't exactly know how the matchmaking works. I feel like, you know, we do think it's based on some sort of ELO score, some sort of score, you know, behind the scenes. You know, based on your skill level. But in house rules, when everybody gets the same reward, are you sure that's the way we want to do it? Shouldn't it just be random? And maybe to an extent, as I just took an absolutely huge hit, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the way it should be. But I just took an absolutely huge hit. I am on balanced. If I'm on conservative, you can take those hit sticks all day with your quarterback. If it's not really, you have 70 carrying and you are running back when you run QB draw. So there's really not much risk as you see an overthrow by Vic. If it's underthrown, I mean, if it's thrown on target, though, I think Pat Pete was going to pick that. So I feel like either way. He had one guy over top, one guy underneath. Overthrow, obviously picked. If it wasn't, you know what? I was, after that last, you would think that I wouldn't run QB draw. I'm like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I go ahead, I run QB draw. I kick my chair a few times. I'm like, I'm excited. I'm like, I'm not scared of your hit sticks. I'm going right back to it. Very first play. I think that was the first play. And then Pat Pete decides to die for it. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I hate when they do that. Well, especially when they if they don't miss, then maybe, I wish you could just tell him not to do that animation. I'd much rather just not do that. But he throws it right into, quadruple coverage, and we get the pick. So it wasn't that big a deal, but it was a big deal because I did not like that animation whatsoever. Great block by the running back. Le'Veon picked that up, and then we throw that right under pressure right there from Deshaun Watson. He delivered it right on target, so there was nobody in the area, so you kind of expect that, but it was still great throw. We take another huge hit stick. I fumbled so many times in this, and when you watch it, you're like, I understand why you fumbled a lot. You took so many hit sticks, and maybe that is the problem. I felt like fumbles were tuned to 11 in this. I was fumbling so much that I just couldn't get, I couldn't get out of my own way. But if you take hit sticks like dead on, you probably should be fumbling. I watched this back, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it was my fault. But after that game, I go ahead and win. I play a good player right there. First couple games, both good players. We go ahead and win, but we go ahead and switch playbooks to the Tennessee Titans. Gun tight flex. You notice it flip right in front of us. Gun tight flex has a play called PA post shot. I think that's what it's called. And it's one of, again, right there with halfback wheel. It's right there, maybe even better than that. But the pass protection is usually not great. So if you play somebody that sends heat all the time, you're going to maybe struggle. But it's definitely one of the best plays in the game. You'll notice that it has two great crossers, the Y and the B, and you see we go ahead and deliver it right away. And so I came out saying, you know what, I'm going to try run this play pretty much every time, and we'll see if it works. Which, that's what a lot of people will be doing. They'll be running plays like this, and they're going to see if it works. Now, me personally, when I face something like this, which you'll notice my opponent do it, I usually like to cross-man some people, cross-man the inside guy on the opposite side of the running back. That Y route is really good, and then the B route is also really good. So those are the two routes you got to watch out, the outside guy as well. So those are two guys. What's funny is this guy is running the same exact play. So if you're looking for this play, as he throws across it, that should never be caught. I'm sorry, that should never be caught. That should be a pick six. You throw it across your body? No way. But if you're looking for that playbook, or one, it's the Tennessee Titans, the Los Angeles Rams, or the Cincinnati Bengals. Either one of those will have gun tight flex, will have that play. Other playbooks have, a few other have gun tight flex, but they don't have that play specifically. So if you're looking for it, now we're not going to run this play all game, but I did want to try it out to see if it works. You see B, I'm like, I got this. And he started drifting. Like, what is that nonsense? Maybe this play isn't as good as I thought. I think I threw it maybe a little early. Maybe I needed to be on the other hash, probably. I need to be on the right hash, probably, honestly. I don't run the play, so I'm trying. I'm trying it out, and I end up, obviously, not making a great play. You see Pat Pete making up for that stinking trying to dive earlier. That was a different game, but great play there by Patrick Peterson. That looked like 91 zone in action. That was absolutely fantastic. And now 3rd and 4. Guess what? Another misclick. I want to hit B, and I hit. I think what I've noticed, and maybe am I the only one that misclicks? I think what I've noticed is, if I like panic and not sure which button to push, I just hit Y. Like, for whatever reason, I just think every receiver is Y. I have no idea, but it's just, I don't know. This guy just absolutely dotted my brains, and what a beautiful dot. I gotta give him credit when you do that. But I definitely, both times I misclicked in this, I hit Y. So I feel like maybe that's it. Like, I just like panic. I'm like, oh, Y. Thankfully that wasn't picked, honestly. The fact that I caught it, I almost picked up the first down. That would be crazy. This guy, after he dotted my brains in, then he makes that throw. You know, I don't know. Sometimes maybe it was a misclick on his end too. That could be it. You know, a lot of times I'm like, why does nobody else misclick? But then I make fun of them for making reads like that. I'm like, maybe they're actually misclicking, you know? Playmaker upfield on 4th and 6. I kind of skipped ahead here. That was a huge play. The game is pretty much not over because we have 3 timeouts, but that was absolutely a wonderful playmaker, which I don't use enough for sure. I don't use playmaker at all. I definitely need to bring that into my arsenal. Great blocking there. I feel pretty good about picking up the looper on this defense, this 4-3 normal. I think that's what it is, or I haven't been paying attention, but I think it's 4-3 normal. But I've been Doing pretty well with picking that up. Slide to the looping side and then ID the other side. But sometimes sometimes when you do it, some guy just won't get blocked at all, which I think we've seen that earlier in the video when I was running PA post shot. The guy just comes right, like, he doesn't get blocked. I slid that way, and they only send 3, and the guy just screams right up the gut. It doesn't make any sense. Pass protection very inconsistent. And speaking of not making any sense, you see we go ahead. I'm sure he's doing the same thing I'm doing, and we just scream right up the middle, and we get the win. And that is not the end of the video, because we obviously got to open up the pack. You get 10 wins, you get this pack. So that's 3 wins. I will say, I lost a lot of games. I lost a lot. I did not win every game. I did not go 10-0. I didn't go 10-2. I probably went 10-6, maybe even 10-7. I felt like they were tough. But we do go ahead and get those 10 wins. We have the pack here. Eventually we get those, and you get a 98 overall, just draft player. So you get a fantasy pack of 3. Remember, we got one in solos though that are NAT as well. We get an Adrian Peterson, a Jimmy Smith, or a DeAndre Hopkins, which I did my solos and I already picked DeAndre Hopkins, so he's obviously not the choice. Jimmy Smith or Adrian Peterson. In all honesty, probably they get quick. They're gonna either one of them are gonna get quick sold. I think they quick sell for like 11,000 some, whatever the half of 98s to get the NATs quick sell for. They're probably gonna get quick sold for picks. In all honesty, but who do you think we should pick between Adrian Peterson and Jimmy Smith? I haven't picked either one of them yet, but you can see the comparison with Jimmy Smith. The nice thing is his size at 6'2". You know, he's got the great zone and really a lot of good stuff. His speed's a little bit lower, so if you power him up and do all that, you're gonna get him to 97 speed. With Adrian Peterson, obviously a big back, but there's so many good running backs. It's sometimes hard to make a clear choice to, like, okay, this running back's better than everybody else. It's probably hard to pick somebody like that. But definitely let me know who you think we should pick up. I feel like it's probably most likely they're going to get quick sold, because I don't see why I would ever run one of those. Quentin Nelson would have been nice because I could have immediately upgraded my left guard position. I have the rookie premier one, so that would have been nice. But outside of that, I feel like they're pretty disappointing. And I would highly recommend, and I don't know if you could tell from what I was saying, I would highly recommend I would sit this one out. So we did that whole thing. It took us a little while. Nobody was quitting really for me. Maybe you'll have more luck, but you get 11,000 some picks. You quick sell it, or maybe you get a card. You know, maybe you'll upgrade your team. I feel like it did take a little bit longer than other house rules, even with the 2-minute quarters. And it is so frustrating. You just want to go back to playing regular Madden. You would probably never say that. Like, you got back into Madden just to play the house rules. You're playing. You're like, I just play house rules because I just want the rewards. I don't really play Madden too much. And after you're done with this, you're going to be like, I just want to play regular Madden. I don't want to play this anymore. At least that's how I feel. I personally didn't like it. Also, one thing I did want to at the very end I want to mention is you can make adjustments on defense if you didn't know. You just have to do quick adjustments. So this is at the end of the video. I forgot to mention it. LBLB, that brings up your D line. You can do whatever you want. You can put spies on the field. RBRB, linebackers, or R1 on PlayStation 4. RBRB brings up your linebackers. You can do whatever you want with them, and click the button, tell them what to do. And then triangle, or YY, I don't know why I flipped them there on PlayStation and Xbox, brings up your secondary. So you can do adjustments on D. You just can't move around. You can't, like, actually do it on the player, but you definitely can do that on D. So D's at a huge advantage. You can do whatever you want pretty much on D outside of audibling to a different play. But outside of that, you can run pretty much whatever you want. On offense, you're very, very limited. So defense, that's why you see a lot of 3-0 games that people have been playing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Hopefully you guys have better pack luck than I had. And hopefully you just watched this video and you decided not to play house rules, because this one was bad. And I don't want to put you through that. It's not fun. It was not fun. And I wish I didn't do it. But here I am, making a video. Glad it's over. All right, later guys.